Hi, today we're going to do some painted papers, just playing around and see what we can do. Let's get started. Now this is what I'm going to be using here at the beginning. These are simple watercolors that I actually picked up at the Dollar Tree here in the States. That says discount store. Everything is like $1.25. These are not great watercolors, but I'm trying to show that you can actually work with just basically kid stuff to create backgrounds, and that's all I'm doing here. I'm just putting some color down so that we can have something to start with. You may not see any of this color at the end product, but at least it gives us an idea of where we're going. So I'm just putting some color down. They're using a lot of water with this to get it to get some color down. So the thing about this is multimedia paper. It's not a watercolor paper. It's not really heavy enough weight to work with color, the watercolors. But what I did afterwards is to take this and put it under some books to flatten out as much as I can. I could do more of that too, and I probably will. You can see on the sides I have some very cheap masking tape. I used Scotch tape to just, mask off the area, give myself something to give me a border. And that's, as I build here, you're going to see that's gonna get pretty much covered up, and I don't worry about it. I'm trying to get a little bit of gradient here. In essence, I'm just playing, and that's what today's all about, is just experimenting, finding out what works, what doesn't, what I like, what I don't like. It's part of the process. And frankly, I think it's one of the fun things about the process. Okay, I'm wrapping up here. I'm going to let this dry for a few days. Before I get to the next part. Okay, this is some acrylic ink, and I put a little sprayer on it, and all I'm trying to do is get some another layer of interest, and just trying some different things here. Spraying, I'm going to get some drops here in just a second. The idea is just to create something that is interesting, and give it more depth. Okay, I pulled out my jelly plate. I'm going to just use this as my roll off. And I'm going to just let that paint over there accumulate, because this is what I'm going to use for the next part. Now, this is Nova Color paint. I believe this is Quinacridone Red. And the whole idea is just to try to use the colors that I used in the original watercolors. What you see me inking up there, that is a mold, a silicone mold for jewelry making with resin. And I'm just using the back of it to get some marks down. Doesn't matter if it's perfect. Doesn't matter if it goes over the side. It's just about creating that different layers of depth, and that's really what it's all about. To get lots going on down on the paper, and this is direct paint to the paper. I'm going to add a little bit of the yellow, hoping to create a little bit more of an orange. Probably could have gone just a little more with that. This is a transparent paint. All of these have been transparent paints. Okay, and this is a phthalo blue. Again, this is another one of my molds. Change it up a little bit. I don't mind it being a little bit grungy. It's a look. Okay, that's cadmium yellow, and I'm going to mix this up a little bit. It's going to create a bit of a green. And I'm just going to do some scuff painting, just not really putting any pressure down, just skimming over the top of the surface. Another one of my stamps. This is my swirl stamp, which is one of my favorites. You see, it's starting to look like a little bit of a hot mess, but trust me, in the end, it doesn't look that way. Now, I originally put this, that's copper that I'm putting down over there, iridescent copper, and my intention was to pull that up. I was hoping that I could pull it up, and I'm just kind of hoping that this paper to the side is going to turn into something interesting that I can use with collage. I'm going to add a stencil and try to pull some of that up. At this point, I kind of realized that it's not much. It's not going to come up as much as I'd like it. A little bit of tearing there. It's okay. So there's not as much that came up on that as I would have liked. Okay, I'll explain what happened here. My camera died, and so you missed the last end of what I was doing, and that's okay, because basically I just continued to layer and tried to come up with something that was interesting. This piece, I would say, would make a beautiful background for something, maybe a starting point. It has lots of texture. You can go in and look at it. You can see that it really does have quite a bit of texture. You can see layers upon layers. And basically, I just tried to keep things that I could basically have around the house to use. Which you saw me pressing with the circles and the hearts and what have you. That was just a silicone mold for jewelry. And I just thought, well, let's try this. And so today was experimentation day. Having fun, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't. I was not unhappy with this. I think I really can use this as a background for collage. And in the right situation, it could also be used as standalone, but not presently. So As I went along, I pulled some things off, and I'm not sure you saw this at all. This is a set of circles that I was trying to get down on the canvas, or down on the paper, but I can still use that because that's got some interest and some texture to it. And this is Japanese rice paper, so when I put it down, it's going to be translucent. You can see through it, and once it's glued down, it's going to even be more translucent than that. So that's a good possibility for something. I had over on the side, I was using my roll off, and I was really hoping that there would be more here, but I made a crucial area right at the end, and in order to pull it up, I used an opaque color, and I really should have used a gel gloss medium to keep the transparency. Can I use it? I think probably as pieces of it for collage. So I'm going to keep it. Why not? You never know. Last but not least, probably the best part of the day was my roll-off. I got all the colors there that I was working with, and that is valuable when you put it into collage. It has all the colors you're working with. So that's what we did today. I'm hoping that you did get something out of this. Up next is going to be Just Janice. Before me was Gert of Gert Creates. So if you didn't see her, go back and watch, and stick around now for Just Janice. So that's it for me today. Hope you have a great day. Bye for now.